That finish, one of the greatest, if not the greatest finishes of all time. Max must be short for Maximus because Max Holloway is a gladiator. Getting Herb Dean out of the way, he told Herb Dean, hold up, even after, that nut shot where he could have taken time off. Told him to hold up and starched Jamal Hill. Last night was once again the biggest reason why a UFC pay-per-view will never be outdone, and once again the most monumental and biggest card of all time delivered from top to bottom and then some. One of the best fights of the night, Yuri Prochazka up against Rakic. I picked Yuri for this fight. I said it was a smart decision to maybe pick Rakic, but I went with Yuri because I said he has the unconventional and unique stand-up in his game. And, I'm glad I went with, Yuri Prochazka because his leg was getting mangled up. Rakic looked great, but he kept walking forward, willing to prove that he's a samurai. And he got it done. He got it done. Yuri Prochazka looked amazing in that finish of Alexander Rakic. Main card, Bo Nickal, like I said, it was going to be easy. He actually got in a little bit of trouble early on, but it was an easy W once again for Bo Nickal. I've been saying for a while now, Bo Nickal is the real deal, and, he's a future star. Oliveira versus Tsarukyan after that, and, Oliveira threatened with submissions. He looked great. We saw a great Arman Tsarukyan battling back from getting almost submitted. And after the fight, we're hearing that Arman Tsarukyan was offered Islam Makhachev and turned it down. I just think that's a bad idea to do that. Anytime you do, especially when you're going to have 7 to 8 weeks of training, you're going to have to go back into training camp, but you're going to have 7 to 8 weeks of training leading up to the Islam fight. I don't know why they turned it down. Honestly, maybe he's got an injury, but it's always a bad idea when you turn down a huge fight like that. Afterwards, we had the people's main event, as I said in my prediction video, and I also said it was going to be fight of the year. Max Holloway looked phenomenal against Justin Gaethje. With that spinning back kick, he kept landing and he ended up busting his nose up. Justin Gaethje was basically mouth breathing after that the entire fight. It was a great fight. That finish, one of the greatest, if not the greatest finishes of all time. Max Holloway is the ultimate warrior. That Max must be short for Maximus because Max Holloway is a gladiator. There is not too many fighters, if not any, that would be winning the entire fight round by round. He was basically a 4-0 in this fight that in the last 10 seconds, would point to the ground, meet in the middle, and just bombs away. With 1 second remaining, Max Holloway got the finish. I mean, the adrenaline dump from that fight, as Dana White talked about after the event, it felt like the main event. You almost forgot like there was more fights coming up. You just like, what just happened? I mean, the entire arena was buzzing. The entire fan base was buzzing. Social media was on fire. It was the greatest finish to a fight of all time. 1 second remaining, he face planted Justin Gaethje. Max Holloway is a special fighter. We know he's a Hall of Fame fighter. We know he's one of the all-time greats. And you're talking about he's entering the back end of his career, but he still looks like he's in his full prime. And he is now as big of a star as he has ever been. Adrenaline dump after that. We had, Zhang Weili versus Yan. I picked Yan for this fight. By the way, I did pick Max Holloway to win by split decision. But, he was a technician and not only dominated that fight, but which was still a great fight because Justin Gaethje puts on great fights. He comes forward. It was still a great fight, even though Max Holloway was dominating. But yeah, he ended up obviously dominating the fight and getting the finish with 1 second remaining. So anyways, let's get past that real quick. Zhang Weili versus Yan. I picked Yan for this fight. I thought it was going to be an upset, you know, and I'm not mad at picking Yan because she knocked down Zhang Weili a few times, and you know, she still has a few things to work on, especially grappling wise. Zhang Weili looked great, and I said in, you know, my prediction, it wouldn't surprise me if Zhang Weili wins the fight. Obviously, I picked Yan because I thought she was going to get the knockout victory, and her putting down Zhang Weili that many times in the fight proves that she just needs to work on her grappling. She's right there. Like, this girl can be a star in this division, but the only thing holding her back right now is her grappling, because her hands are something else. And she catches opponents coming in, and she's fast. She's got great footwork. She's got great striking. In the main event, Alex Pereira versus Jamal Hill. Been waiting for this one for a long time. I said in my prediction that, you know, Alex was going to knock out Jamal Hill. He finished Jamal Hill in spectacular fashion, getting Herb Dean out of the way. You know, he told Herb Dean, hold up, even after, you know, that nut shot where he could have taken time off. Told him to hold up and starched Jamal Hill. A Jamal Hill that has been yapping for over a year about how, you know, low level Alex Pereira is. That's what he's been doing for well over a year. And with this win, you know, Pereira got that revenge for, you know, his friend Glover Teixeira. He's going to become the first UFC fighter to hold 3 belts. It's inevitable. It's inevitable because he not only can make the weight, and obviously it's big enough to fight at heavyweight, but also the skill set that he has. And people don't understand, his grappling keeps getting better, his takedown defense keeps getting better, and he is second to none as a striker in the UFC. And the power he has in both hands. Last night, he knocked out Jamal Hill with that left hand. His right hand can put anyone away. After, you know, the event, Dana White had some huge news announcing Poirier versus Islam, I believe in June, like we were hearing before, and it's going to be in Newark, New Jersey. Co-main for that is going to be Strickland versus Costa. That is a phenomenal matchup, and that's what we all wanted to see. Strickland apparently got paid, so he took the fight now. Finally, after 3 years and how many times we've been hearing of Conor McGregor's supposed comeback, Dana White got a piece of crumpled paper handed to him last night, you know, at the presser. Finally, Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler, UFC 303 is official. So anyways, let me know what you guys think. Comment, like, subscribe, share. I appreciate it. Peace.